Got this game for you right here from Rosemont Ice Arena. It is the York Dukes and the Lake Forest Scouts here in Game 1 of the SHL quarterfinals. We're joining the action late. It's a bit of a last-minute decision to broadcast this game, but we figured we're here. Why not? As this shot from a tough angle would not go. This is the last SHL quarterfinal series to get underway. Here's a shot from Hayes that's stopped by Logan Marsh. So far, St. Viator has taken a 1-0 series lead, 5-2 victory over Glenbrook North. St. Ignatius with a big come-from-behind third period win over New Trier, 2-1. Take a 1-0 lead in that series. Glenbrook South with a 2-0 victory just earlier tonight right here on this playing surface to take a 1-0 lead in the series. And now Lake Forest is looking to become the third lower seed to take a 1-0 lead in the series, and this should be a good game. This is the 4 versus 5 seed. York finishing the SHL regular season in 4th place, Lake Forest in 5th. In the season series between these two teams, Lake Forest won 3-2 back in October. York won 3-0. That was in January, actually, and there was one more game in between that Lake Forest won 3-1. So the Scouts got the better of the Dukes in the regular season series. We'll see what happens here as York comes into the zone. It's Jack Passion down the right wing side, puts on the brakes below the goal line. Logan Marsh in net for Lake Forest, the SHL goalie of the year, being opposed by the freshman on the other side, Levi Brown, who's had an impressive campaign for Evan Polakidis and the York Dukes. Here's Shorter, knocking this one in. Pasquazi gets it back. Esplin taken right back by York. Spano over to Esplin, and the Scouts bring it back out the other way. Tommy Esplin knocks this one down. Levi Brown out of his net to settle it down for O'Leary. Off the near boards and out to the neutral zone. Maricini will fire this one into the far side corner. Picked up by the Scouts' Anthony Pacenti. And over the line they come. Given up to the Scouts. Maricini, give and go, finds Nate Robbins. He's into the zone down the right wing side, centered it, looking for Esplin, couldn't find him. Now Daniel Anaya, right in front. Catalano got to stick to it, but just tipped it wide of Levi Brown's net. Anaya, down to Catalano. And the Dukes will clear the zone. Maricini knocking this one in from neutral ice, goes right on Brown's net, so he'll get credit for a save. With 3.5 to go in the first period. Again, we're joining the action late, but we haven't missed a goal, so you'll have any goal that's scored in this one on camera. Here's Savage with a shot. That one goes wide. And now it's played all the way up and out. Chased after by Anaya, and he'll get there. This is Lake Forest's best finish in the SHL here in their 4th year of participation. Missed the playoffs in the first 2 years. Made the playoffs last year. Actually, I should say missed the playoffs in their first year, but have been in the postseason ever since. But this 5 seed here in the SHL playoffs is their best performance. Meanwhile, the York Dukes have been a team to beat here in Illinois. And their new head coach, Evan Polakidis, and assistant Ben Stein. I mean, on paper, this is probably the best quarterfinal series based on the stats alone. Brown lifts this one down into the zone. Rancourt chases after it. Has pressure coming from behind by Nix. But it goes over to 0-0 Berrettini. I don't see that number too often in hockey. Now Strothman. Berrettini will eventually be the one to get it out to Preston Louis and down into the attacking zone for the Scouts. Out of the zone it goes. Sanfilippo chasing after it. He's in on net, and he couldn't hang on to the stick handle on that one. Rancourt with speed from behind messed him up. Now down below the line, Sanfilippo to the slot, and unable to follow that one up was one of the Duke players. Here's Pretzi now with a shot. That one hits the post. And up and out of play it goes. Well, we get our first opportunity to take a look at the replays here. Chris Pretzi. A lot of these defensemen can shoot the puck from the blue line on this York team, and that did not miss. The top right corner by much. Logan Marsh, no save required there. Actually, it looks like it might have taken a deflection on its way on that goal cam replay. Just on first look, but we're back underway. 100 seconds to go in the first period. This one sent all the way down and will be an icing by Lake Forest. Dylan Ward on the call with you. Gerard Boris, our video producer, here on the South Hockey Network, where we just broadcasted Glenbrook South's 2-0 victory over Loyola to take a 1-0 lead in that series. Shots have been hard to come by here in this first period. Just 3-2 in favor of Lake Forest, at least according to the official scorers count. There's another icing by the Scouts. Hayes will take the face-off against Robbins. Circle to Marsh's right. Face-off taken by the Dukes. Here's Hayes with a shot. That one got blocked. Now down to the far side corner. Mitch Fafinski involved. Pulling it free. Fafinski backhand shot. Save made by Marsh. And he'll put a glove on top of that one to cover up for a whistle. And, you know, I think I am getting the impression now that they're being a little lazy on the shots on goal. It's just been a low-scoring first period, but I'd counted at least 4 that they have failed to count since we just got on air, which was with 6 minutes to go here in this first period. .116 to go, right circle face-off for York in the attacking zone. It's won by Lake Forest. We'll play it off the far glass and out to the neutral zone. Deflected back in, Daniel Anaya. Comes down to the corner. Luke Pasquazi. Near side now Savage, able to get it out to the neutral zone, just past the stick of Altonen, and chased back after by Chris Pretzi. Pretzi. Off the far boards in neutral ice, Valenti. Now Pasquazi. Puck deflects into the Scouts bench and out of play. 47.6 here in the opening period. Rosemont Ice Arena. Tomorrow night's going to be electric right here in this barn. All 4 series will play their game 2. Triple header on SHL Network, so if you want to catch the York Dukes and Scouts in game 2, that'll be tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. on SHL Network. Here's Pretzi with a shot. That one stopped by Marsh. Deflected into the far side corner. Spano ran court now, knifes it free. Near side corner, Pasquazi off the boards, kept in the zone by Pretzi, but knocked out. Here comes a 2-on-1 for the Scouts. It's Preston Louis, but the puck rolled off his stick and regained by Mason Shorter. Spano sends it down low. More than enough time here if York can get something set up. From the corner, this one centered. Spano inadvertently tips it out to the neutral zone where Pretzi is forced to wait for his teammates to tag up. He'll just dump it in. Time winding down on period number 1. And 17 minutes are in the books here in Rosemont. 0-0 between the Scouts and Dukes. We'll be right back here on the South Hockey Network. Don't go anywhere. Second period coming right up. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, all set for period number 2 here in the SHL quarterfinals. Game 1 between the York Dukes and the Lake Forest Scouts. It's like they weren't counting shots on goal accurately, but at the end of the period they throw up 8-6, so they must just be counting down there and updating them whenever they feel like it, which is my favorite thing in the entire world. I'm sure it's Gerard's too, who's manning the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen here for this one. Teams have switched sides. The York Dukes in black and green, and the Scouts in gray. Strothman against Maurer at the face-off circle. Maurer pulls it back, and we are underway. This one dumped in by York's Anthony Pacenti. Maricini chasing after it. Around the boards it goes, and out to the neutral zone for Anthony Pirati. He'll knock it in. Marsh comes out of his net to play it. Delayed offside against the Dukes. Allows Lake Forest some extra time in their own zone. But here's a giveaway. Spano got it to Passion, looking to get it back to him. Here's a one-time attempt from Spano. Didn't get all of that shot. Defender's stick got in the way as well. And it's cleared out to the neutral zone. Maurer will fire this one in. It was down low. Marsh thought about playing it, but instead leaves it for Daniel Anaya. Passion at the blue line, just onside. Jimmy Spano goes across one-timer, and that one wouldn't go. Not sure if Marsh got a piece of it or not, but either way, it stays 0-0. The game before this, Glenbrook South and Loyola stayed 0-0 until 6:08 remaining in the third, where the only true goal was scored. The second one being an empty net, leading to the Titans' 2-0 victory. Maricini, Rancourt, out to the neutral zone, where Piriotti takes it back and flips it in. Maricini out to Esplin. Tommy Esplin will float that one to the far side corner. Now Hayes makes a hit from Esplin down below the goal line. Here's Hayes once again. Goes across to Mitch Fafinski. Fafinski skating through the neutral zone. Fafinski takes a shot, and Marsh swallows it up. No rebound allowed. For the SHL goaltender of the year this season, just announced a couple of days ago, and well deserved. Just a junior as well. Logan Marsh, number 34. Offensive zone faceoff for the Dukes. Right wing circle to Marsh's left. Keaton Nix and Valenti will take the draw. There's a shot from way downtown from Andrew Gumbach, and that's into the glove, in spite of it probably going wide. Gumbach and Milliman having some words for each other. Linesman getting in the way of those two. Mac Fiore says, let's go Scouts. We appreciate you coming in with a live chat. We'd love to interact with all of you watching at home here on the South Hockey Network. So if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, send them our way. And we'll give you a shout out and throw you up on the screen. Or fun facts, it's a good point. Usually we cover the Glenbrook South games here on the South Hockey Network, so you might think I don't know much about these two teams, but as some of you watching probably know, me, Dylan Ward, I'm very involved in the Scholastic Hockey League, so I've called my fair share of non-GBS games. Here's a shot from up high. This one deflects wide. The winner of this series, we do not know who they will play because the SHL playoffs does not follow a bracket system. It follows a reseeding system. Here's Brown, what a pass to Nix, he scores! Great pass and an even better finish for Keaton Nix, who opens the scoring here in this series. It's 1-0 to the Dukes. Partial breakaway from in the slot. Keaton Nix, who finished without a goal in his last 5 regular season games, gets a big one there. And the Dukes draw first blood here in Rosemont. High in the air, and that one goes out of play. Look out in the penalty box. That actually got stuck on the speaker. So a new puck will be needed. Face-off coming for the Scouts in the attacking zone. Right wing side. Tell you what, Gerard, we do have a pretty packed barn, but a grand total of 0 people sitting in this middle section here on our side. Here's a shot by Spano, save, rebound, what a save on the follow-up. Off the stick of Passion, made by Logan Marsh. Now Pacenti. Puck goes high in the air, and Passion will backhand this one down. Goes down below the goal line. Maricini knocks into a man, that's Spano, but now Maurer. Play it up to the right point. Eventually it got to Pacenti. Here's a shot, what a deflection, and what a save made by Marsh. Not a lot of time to react on that one. Here's another try by York, and that wouldn't go either. Either saved or maybe blocked on its way to the net, but either way stayed out. Scouts will get an opportunity to change, and York will bring it back up. Maurer tips it ahead, intercepted by Catalano. Berrettini into the zone, but quickly recovered by the Dukes. Ethan Maurer, intercepted by Maricini again in the neutral zone. Maricini down to the corner, tries a shot, and that hit the side of the net. The follow-up wouldn't go either. Now here comes Spano, back and forth we go. Spano over the line, left wing side, in on net, takes a shot, and that's stopped by Marsh. And here come the Scouts, or so we thought. Hayes keeps it in the zone. Then it is cleared out of the zone by Tommy Esplin. Gets around Shorter, takes a shot, save, rebound, they score! Nate Robbins on the second chance. And this game is all knotted up, 1 apiece. Great break out of the zone by the Scouts. It looked like they weren't going to get it past the defenseman here, Mason Shorter, but then Tommy Esplin, I think he may have been shooting for a pass, trying to put that off the pads of Brown, and it's backhanded home by Nate Robbins. 1-1 the score here in Rosemont. Now the other way comes Carter Savage, looking to quickly double the Scouts' lead, unsuccessful in doing so. Now down below the line, Shorter leaves it to the near side for Sam Filippo, who tries to get it out. Now Rancourt will have to fire this one back in, then drills Papadopoulos here on the near side. Shorter, Torelli, and that goes up and out of play. So York opens the scoring, and the Scouts respond just a minute and 34 seconds later. And we're right back where we started after that 0-0 first period. Face-off in the attacking zone for Lake Forest. Berrettini will take the draw. This linesman has to come in, and Sam Filippo, he's got to put his neck guard back on. That is important. And now he is told he has to go back to the bench because of that. So on comes a new skater. For the Dukes, and that substitution is William Brown, who had a great assist on the game opening goal. Face-off taken by Lake Forest. Here's a quick shot, and nearly a problem there for Brown. And now York will bring it out. Vicente, he'll launch this one in. and Logan Marsh will hang on to it. TJ Wenninger says, J Mill always chirping, and follows it up with Roll Scouts. So there you go. Very insightful stuff in the comments section. Be sure to leave us your thoughts if you have any questions. We'd love to answer them here on the South Hockey Network. SHL quarterfinal action. Here's a shot from Brown that gets blocked. Rebound backhander wouldn't go. It bounces dangerously on net and will be held on to by Marsh. So many great goaltenders in the SHL this season. I mean, you look at both games today. The first one was an absolute goalie duel between Thomas Preston and Charlie Trapp. And this one on paper should be another one. SHL Goalie of the Year, Logan Marsh, down to our right. Freshman phenom, Levi Brown, to our left, defending the York goal. Think about some of the other teams. Calder Turpin, Joey Sclafani. Here's a shot by Strothman, and he scores! An absolute snipe from the top of the slot. And the Scouts have the lead for the first time. Strothman, a vet of this Lake Forest team, and scores a big one there. First goal since January 10th. You gotta think there's a weight off his shoulder after that one. So it's 2-1 Lake Forest now, with 11:40 to go in the second. I'll tell you what, this game could really go either way. Here on Game Sheet, shots on goal are 14-11 in favor of York, as this one is iced down. I'm partially telling you all at home, partially telling Gerard to my right, who's manning the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen, along with producing the video. He's double duty today. We don't have our CSO. Face-off taken by York. Here's a shot from Shorter. The wrister is blocked by the stick, and upstairs it goes. Now Pretzi down to Spano. Board battle, far side. Esplin comes free. Tommy Esplin out to the neutral zone. Catalano regained by Shorter, over to Pretzi. Now Esplin backhands this one down. Mason Shorter. Goes over to Passion with it. Back to Shorter. Shorter lifts it out to the neutral zone, kicked away by Milliman. And Maurer going to get it back deep. Maurer knocks Milliman into the near side glass as it's sent down into the Scouts' defensive end. Daniel Anaya. Around the board's far side, Cal Eggers. And the puck taken by Passion. Goes down below the net. Spano, no look pass, but maybe you should have looked because there was no one there. Now Lake Forest will fire this one all the way, and that'll be an icing. Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Dukes. Jack Wolben says, great commentating. Well, thank you. I was considering not commentating this one because I did not do any prep work. I usually like to do a lot of prep work before a broadcast, but we just had the last minute idea to do this. Look at Isaac Collins Ward here. That boy Dylan. That is my cousin Isaac, who somehow found his way to this broadcast. So thank you for tuning in, Isaac. I'll have to play some chess later tonight. Although last time you beat me 4-0. Now here comes Fafinski. Odd man rush to the near side, kicked ahead. Campesano with a shot, and a big save made there by Marsh. Cleared out of the zone by Lake Forest. Andrew Gumbach has it near side. Deflected in by Hayes, right on net. And that is stopped and held by Marsh. Look at this chance for the Dukes. 2-on-1 developing thanks to the speed of Campesano as to kick it back to his stick. Is able to get that shot away, but the pad stop made by Marsh. Offensive zone faceoff for the Dukes, but they pull it all the way out of their own zone and have to chase it back down. Gumbach. Pressure from Berrettini. Now lifted high in the air, chasing after it is Campesano, but Pasquesi will win the race to the puck. Pasquesi far side corner. Try and clear this one out. York keeps it alive in the attacking zone. Here's a shot and a save made by Marsh. Back up high it goes. O'Leary keeps it in left point. Near side Gumbach fires away through some bodies in front, but Logan Marsh able to track it down and hang on for the save. .9:12 to go in the second. The score was 0-0 after one. Keaton Nix broke the ice early in the second. Just about a minute and a half later, the Scouts responded. Nate Robbins tied the game. And then most recently, Brady Strothman with the go-ahead goal. And I have a feeling that won't be all. As good as these goaltenders are, the chances have been at a high volume here in this one. Tommy Esplin, back for Maricini, off the near boards. That took a weird bounce off that angle. Catalano brings it in though, he's 1-on-4, trying to McDavid it. He can't get past the York defenders. Now it's kept alive, Robbins goes to Esplin in the slot. He couldn't tip that one on net. Papadopoulos now takes a shot, blockered away. Shorter looking to follow up on the rebound, and that's stopped by Marsh. Tell you what, one thing Logan Marsh is really good at for Lake Forest is just freezing the puck and slowing it down. Like right there, there's no York Duke necessarily putting pressure on Marsh. A lot of goaltenders will play this one. Well, maybe not. There were enough York bodies. Shots on game sheet now 17-11 in favor of York. As we update that for you here on our screen. Still says 8-6 on the in-rink scoreboard, but they're updating them whenever they please. No icing here. As it's rung around the boards, Valenti looking to keep it in. Now Valenti looking to get around Pacenti. I'm saying that 3 times fast. Here's Pacenti. To the far side, Strothman keeps it in. Grady Strothman down below the goal line, regained by the Dukes. Now to neutral ice, big hit there. Well, looks like Rancourt was gonna get the worst of that, but it was actually Brown who was the one who initiated the hit. Now Strothman through neutral ice, gets ahead of Nix. Grady Strothman with a shot, and that just missed at left post. Neutral zone, glove down by Nelson, who fires it in, blocked by Piriotti, and they'll get York, or pardon me, Lake Forest for an offside there, it looks like. Jack Wolfman asks me if I have any Valentine's Day plans. Well, I'll tell you this, I wish I was spending it with my lovely girlfriend, Michaela. But unfortunately, I have a broadcast to do up in West Bend for my junior team up there, the West Bend Power. By the way, are on a heater of their own. But Michaela and I are going to postpone our Valentine's Day celebration to the 16th. And that gives us plenty of time to find a restaurant with reservations open. So we haven't even looked into that. What's that? Discount on flowers, absolutely. Good point, Gerard. Hadn't thought about that one, but excellent pickup by you. Although I still got to ask her to be my Valentine. I haven't done that yet. So I think you need flowers for that too, right? Face off, taken by Lake Forest. Passion out to the neutral zone and fired back in. By the way, if GBS does advance, or actually all 4 teams that make it to the semifinals know that they are going to play on Valentine's Day as well. Game 1 for both SHL semifinals slated to be played right here in Rosemont on February 14th. Game 2 on the 15th, so watch out for that. You guys out there made plans? See, for the average person, Valentine's Day falling on a Saturday is great. But if you're in sports, and maybe in particular hockey, that's a worst case scenario because it means you're most likely going to be busy. Here's Shorter. Knocks a man down. Around the boards up to Pretzi. Now York has it left circle. Here's a shot save made by Marsh and deflects it up and into the protective netting. Nearing the intermission, 5:34 to go in the second. Shots on goal now are 18-11 York. Offensive zone face-off for the Dukes, who are looking to tie this thing up before heading to the locker room for the break. Face-off won by Lake Forest, though. Out to the neutral zone. Gumbach will fire this one in. Off the boards and settled down by Marsh. Didn't freeze that one. And York gets possession back. Here's Gumbach with a shot. That one blocked by his own man, it looked like. And now Lake Forest breaks out. Here's Altonen. Over the line, right wing side. Dropped it off, looking for Savage. Now Torelli. Played out of the zone by York. And Rancourt will have to chase. Campesano intercepts it. Luke Campesano with a shot and a big save made. Loud thud off the blocker of Logan Marsh. Down below the line again. York right in front, blue paint. They hack and whack. Backhand try by Campesano, wouldn't go. Now Campesano, wraparound try. Wouldn't go either. Puck still loose. Right in front now. Gumbach has it high slot, takes a shot, and somehow Marsh able to track that one. How about the action here at Rosemont Ice Arena? It's been a great game here between the number 4 and the number 5 seed. On paper, should be the closest semifinal game, but Gerard, we've seen the 7 seed beat the 2 seed and the 6 seed beat the 3 seed in game 1. New Trier and Loyola both failing to win their opening game of the SHL playoffs by the hands of St. Ignatius and Glenbrook South respectively. St. Viator, as the number 1 seed and Coach's Trophy champion, did in fact win their opening game against the number 8 seed Glenbrook North. Game 2 of all 4 series tomorrow, right here in Rosemont. All 4 will be broadcasted on YouTube. The GBS Loyola game right here on the South Hockey Network, and the other 3 on SHL Network. Shot count is now 20 to 11 in favor of York, who have really been pressing here in this middle frame, but just the 1 goal from Keaton Nix so far. Nix will go against Robbins at the left wing face-off circle. Pasquazi, a man taken down into the boards, and that is going to be a penalty against Lake Forest. So a major opportunity for the York Dukes, who will have a power play with 4:11 to go in the second period. We'll see what the official call is here. Likely be boarding. But Luke Pasquazi goes and has a seat. And that is our first penalty of this game, by the way. So we haven't had a chance to see the special teams in action, but we will now. York on the power play this season. It's been a bit below what you'd expect based on their record, just 17.9%, which is 8th best in the SHL. On the other side of things, the penalty kill for Lake Forest on the season, 77.9. So two somewhat subpar special teams units going head-to-head here. Near side corner, Lake Forest able to recover this puck and lift it out of the zone all the way down. Below the goal line. Played to the near side, now Ethan Maurer. Goes across for Pretzi, who plays it off the boards in neutral ice. Chris Pretzi spins around Berrettini, goes down below the goal line, now back up high. Spano to the near side, Brown takes a shot, he scores! Seeing eye shot from the right point. And William Brown, who had a beautiful assist earlier this period, gets his second point with a goal on the power play, 2-2. Tell you what, Gerard, I think they knew we weren't live yet. They saved all the scoring for when we got this broadcast up and running. Beautiful shot, top right corner. Beats Logan Marsh. Could not come up with his 20th save of the game there. It's all even, as the York goals are the bread of the sandwich to Lake Forest in the middle. Shots on goal now, 21-11. I guess they missed a shot, according to Gerard. Near side Hayes, down below the goal line. Passion, it's crunched into the boards. Now York cycles it back up high. Here's Shorter, sending it down to the corner. Interesting play there. Nobody there to pass it to. I wonder if he was trying to play it off the corner. Now a man taken down below the goal line. York fans want a penalty. They're not going to get it. Here's Passion with a shot. That gets blocked and just kept in the zone. Now finally escapes the zone. What a pass there from Robbins, finds Catalano, takes a shot, and a big save made by Levi Brown. Now Campasano, the recipient of a nice pass, into the zone, takes a shot, and just missed the top left corner, top right corner, I should say. And some of the Glenbrook South boys who are happy after their win, watching from right down there below the net, including your son, Gerard. I believe I see Zach down there. And look at that. The blocker of Levi Brown is stuck in the stick of Milliman. How often do you see that? Anyway, let's look at this chance from moments ago. Or no, I'm sorry. We don't want that angle. That's the penalty that wasn't called, or at least the penalty that the York fans wanted. We're going to take a look at it again. Nah, not much there. There they are, Glenbrook South watching on. That's what I love about the SHL playoffs being here at Rosemont this year. And yeah, you missed the home and away setup, but meanwhile, here comes Barton. It's to this loose puck, takes a shot, save made by Marsh. Now back up top, Periotti to the near side, Pacenti lets one go. That's off the pad of Logan Marsh. Now man's taken down into the corner, and that had a little more legs to be a penalty than the first one, but still, in my opinion, a clean play. Wasn't called. York bench going palms up. Great shot of Ben Stein, but no call from the official. 1:24 to play in the second period. We are all even at 2. There's Evan Polakidis, head coach of the York Dukes in his first season with York. After Matt Boeing, longtime head coach of the York Dukes, led them to 2 state championship appearances in this decade. Step down. I know he got a big promotion at his job I don't want to speak for you, Matt, if you're listening, because I don't exactly remember what your promotion entailed. But still with York as the hockey director, no longer the head coach, though. Here's a backhand shot. That one wouldn't go. Logan Marsh made the stop. Now below the line, Rancourt finds it and clears it off the near glass. And I'm sorry for laughing. Those two kids, that was a bit of a jump scare for them. Here's a shot by Strothman. And Levi Brown hangs on. I think that is actually Jack Wolben. I appreciate it. I like throwing that one around a little bit. Got a lot of questionable accounts in this comment section. I'm picking and choosing the accounts that I can identify are by actual human beings. Well, all chats are by actual human beings, but username human beings. Jack Wolben, player on New Trier Green. Shots on goal, Gerard, 26-13. It's hit hard into the end boards. As Tommy Esplin will bring it out for Lake Forest. Looking to snatch the lead before the intermission as that puck just goes wide to the right of the post. Meanwhile, back up at the point, fired by Luke Pasquesi and stopped by the freshman Levi Brown. He'll hang on. .3 to go. York gets their last change in as the designated home team here on this neutral site. Face off at the circle to Brown's left. Won by Lake Forest. Pasquesi with a shot. One arcs high in the air. They try to bank it off Brown and in. They cannot. Net is off. And the whistle sounds. See it happen here. Just coming off its moorings. 14.1 here in the second. Face off won by Lake Forest, it looked like. Now they will. Pasquesi with a shot. That one deflects to the near side. Time running out. Here's Strothman. He's going to try and shoot. And a save made by Brown, and the clock stops with 3.2. More than enough time to draw up a play. Now the question is, will Steve Sarauer be aggressive and pull Logan Marsh here with only 3.2 seconds to get 6 skaters out there? It does not look like it. This will be the regular 5-on-5 face-off. You can see the way Lake Forest is lined up. They're gonna go for a quick shot. Berrettini at the face-off circle. I'm guessing they're going to try and get that over to Pasquesi eventually. He wins the faceoff. It looked like 50-50 puck is cleared out of the zone. Buzzer sounds on period number 2. And we are 34 minutes in. Nothing decided yet. Still 2-2, tied up. It was 0-0 after the first, now 2-2 after the second, as the teams will make their way into the locker room. Don't go anywhere. We've got the third period of this intense SHL playoff, game 1 of the series between York and Lake Forest, coming up on the other side of the Zamboni ice cut. We'll see you back here on the South Hockey Network in about 10 or 15 minutes time. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network live here at Rosemont Ice Arena. Here just across the street from Allstate Arena, which will host the state championships this season, home of the Chicago Wolves. We've got a good one here between the Lake Forest Scouts and the York Dukes. Keaton Nix opened the scoring with 14:30 to go in the second period. Nate Robbins tied the game up just a minute and 34 seconds after that on a great feed from Tommy Esplin. Brady Strothman then took the lead for the Scouts with 11:40 to go in the second period. And William Brown with the big power play goal. Great shot from the right point. Top corner to tie us back up 2-2. Shots on goal after 2 periods, 26-16 in favor of the Dukes. Go Logan Marsh, SHL goalie of the year. He's had a good game in spite of allowing 2. 24 saves on 26 shots. We're underway in the third period. As we're back to our first period shooting sides, Lake Forest in gray, going from left to right on your screen. York in black and green, going from right to left. Mike Evanworth, I ran the SHL before you were born, Dylan. Well, I was about 12 years old when the SHL was created, so I'll fact check you on that one. We're having fun in the comments section. Be sure to let us know your thoughts if you have any questions, opinions, concerns. We accept everything, or fun facts. Game 1 of a best 2 out of 3 series here in the SHL quarterfinals. St. Viator has a 1-0 series lead on GBN. St. Ignatius has a 1-0 series lead on New Trier. GBS up 1-0 in the series against Loyola Gold. And this is the final series yet to complete game 1. Here's Robbins. Taken away by York. Try and get this one out. Goes to neutral ice. Maricini. Try and fire that one back in. Blocked by the Dukes. They poke this one out ahead of the blue line, but quickly grabbed back by 0-0 Berrettini. And Maricini near side, playing this one out to the neutral zone. Mason Shorter back over the line for York. Taken away by Torelli. Torelli up to Catalano, just behind him. And York takes it back. Chris Pretzi dances around Esplin. Pretzi to the far side circle, puts on the brakes, fires a shot, and that goes wide. Lou Campasano lets one rip, and that couldn't beat the 5-hole of Logan Marsh. Far side, Campasano. And now Lake Forest able to clear this one out to the neutral zone. Shorter turns around and fires this one right back in. All the way down it goes for an icing. These two teams will play game 2 tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. You can find that one on the SHL network. In fact, all 4 games tomorrow will be broadcasted live on YouTube. Glenbrook South and Loyola you can find right here on the South Hockey Network. And the other 3 games all on SHL Network. Scouts get this one back up high. Here's a shot from Nelson at the right point. That one wouldn't make its way through a maze of bodies. And now it's fired back the other way from the neutral zone by York on to Marsh, who has to make a relatively easy save, but a save nonetheless. Now Nelson taken down below the goal line. York able to fish the puck free. Send it back up to the left point. Shorter down to the corner. Bounces off the boards and goes to the far side. Out to the neutral zone. Milliman chases after this puck. No icing here as Shorter awkwardly falls into the boards and looked like he was laboring a little bit to get up, but good news for York is he's able to get up in a hurry and go back to the bench to take a breather. Mason Shorter, a standout defenseman here for York this season. Got one of the best slap shots in the SHL. If York wants to make any run at the Scholastic Cup or the state championship, it's going to be a big piece of the puzzle. Off the near glass and out to the neutral zone. Torelli. Now Esplin brings it over the line. Tommy Esplin takes a shot. We'll get a lot on that one, sort of fan on the shot. Now Robbins goes down to Esplin below the line. Esplin turns around. Let's go of a shot, but that deflects off a York defender and wide of the net. Here's O'Leary. Back off the boards and picked back up by the Dukes, who send this one up and all the way down. Marsh out of his net to settle it down. Down to the near side, Catalano. Through neutral ice, picks up speed, Michael Catalano, but Robbins is taken down, and they called the play offsides. He's going palms up because he feels like he was interfered with. Let's see what we caught on the replay. Really get it. Take a quick peek at the right goalie cam and see if this gives us anything. Yeah, maybe. At least according to that look, he might have had a case. That puck looked like it was going to come up and into the seats, but it did not. Millman. Far side corner. They battle for it up against the boards. Here in this tie game, 1. One of these teams is going to set themselves up with an opportunity to sweep tomorrow. And one of these teams will be fighting for their SHL season with their back up against the wall. Face-off upcoming at the right wing circle. Attacking zone for York. Andrew Papadopoulos to take the draw against Grady Strothman. Strothman wins it. Pasquazi off the boards and out. And chasing after this one, Berrettini. He was somewhat interfered with. Could have gone either way, and the ref does not make the call. Now played out all the way down. Will it have enough? The ref looked like he was about to blow the whistle for icing, but changed his mind at the last moment. Now it's Strothman below the goal line. Strothman off the near boards, looking for Louis. Pretzi gets it instead. Now Louis picks his pocket just for a moment. Chris Pretzi gets it back. Now Louis still pressuring. And York will play it off the near boards and up to Maurer, looking for Pretzi. Interrupted by Berrettini. Pretzi tried to crash into him. Now look out in the York bench. That puck goes out of play. The Lake Forest bench, good call there, Gerard. Shots on goal now 27-16, so we've only seen the one shot on goal, at least in the book, so far in this third period. Back to center ice for this face-off. Face-off won by the York Dukes. Pretzi, gloved down by Berrettini, and he will fire this one in. Chased after by Shorter. Good to see Mason Shorter out there after taking an awkward collision with the boards a couple of shifts ago. Ice down by York. Sure had a lot of whistles here to begin this third period. Shot count is 27-16. We got a fan over there that looks like he wants to be on camera next whistle. Now below the goal line, Pretzi. Yeah, up on the balcony. Just pan over to there. He'll make himself known immediately. There's Maurer dumping this one down. Rancourt. To the right point, kept alive by York. Here's a shot, takes a deflection. And now Rancourt has it back for the Scouts. Lofted in, and an easier save for Marsh. And now here's Fafinski, trying to get that one on net, could not. Picked back up by James Altonen. Up to Jake Maricini. Maricini chases this one into the near side corner, takes a hit, and Hayes gets involved now. Maricini with a shot. That one high of the net. Rebound goes to the far side. Puck high in the air, they try and get it down, and Savage keeps it in the zone. Pass to the near side, Savage. Gonna send one to the net, didn't get a lot on that shot. Board battle near side. York defensive end. Pulling it free is Savage, who lets go of a shot. And that's stopped by Levi Brown. Now it's O'Leary. Below the goal line, plays it off the near glass, trying to get it out. And they will bring it up ahead. Hayes will fire this one in. Marsh out of his net to settle it down. And it's grabbed by the Scouts' Luke Pasquesi. 0-0 first period. 2-2 in the second. Nothing yet here in the third. Pasquesi impassioned, hitting this puck against the boards. Strothman pulls it free. Will come out for the Scouts. Going to clear the zone. It's kept in the zone, or actually maybe not. Delayed offside called, and York has to tag up. Ben Stein doesn't agree with that call, and I might be with him. All right, let's see if that fan. Now, just in time, he's got his back turned. It's one in the white hat, I believe. Well, he wanted to be on camera, and does not convert. It's a tough look. Into the bench again. And he's still got his back turned. Maybe we'll try again later in the third. Under 10 minutes to go in a tied game one. Shots on goal, 27-16 still. And that can't be right. Oh, you know what? Looks like we have a penalty here called against Jack Rancourt. I did not pick that up in real time. But he will have a seat for 2 minutes. I apologize, folks. Let's see what we got here. It looks like 2 minutes for cross-checking. Just the second trip to the box by either team in this game, and York is 1 for 1 on the power play. We'll see what they can do here as they look to try and take the lead for the first time since 1-0. Hayes up to Pretzi. He'll fire a shot. One wouldn't find its way through. And the Scouts look to clear. It's blocked inadvertently by Luis Helmet. Now he will lead the shorthanded rush up ice. A shot from Berrettini, finding the loose puck, and that's swallowed up by the freshman Levi Brown, and he'll hang on. To those of you watching at home, who do you think is going to deliver the game-winning goal tonight? Let us know in the chat. And we'll give you an extra special shout-out if you're right. Spano down to Shorter. The York power play still has plenty of time here. Near side, Jimmy Spano. Can get past Esplin, and he will clear it out. Mason Shorter chases it back down into his own end. Has pressure from Nate Robbins. He'll settle up behind his freshman netminder. This one hacked into the zone by York. First to grab it, Jake Maricini, but he can't clear. Spano keeps it alive, fires a shot, and that one goes wide of the net, and the follow-up is cleared out by Esplin. Halfway through period number 3. We haven't had OT yet in any of the game ones so far. Could this be the first? Got a long way till then. We'll see how it all shakes out. We've been close, that's for sure. This puck comes out of play and into the seats. St. Ignatius and New Trier Green were tied up late in the third period before Iggy won the game with 2 minutes to go last night. And earlier tonight, Glenbrook South and Loyola were tied 0-0 until 6 minutes when Teddy McCrulis delivered the eventual game-winning goal. Just looking ahead in case you're curious, no shootouts. SHL overtime is played at endless 10-minute periods of next goal wins. The first overtime is 5-on-5, and any double overtime or more is 3-on-3. Teams switch sides at each OT period, and there will be an ice cut after the second overtime if it gets that far. Here's Keaton Nix looking for his second of the game, and that's held on to by Marsh. 1 second to go on the power play, so just shy of being set free is Jack Rancourt. Luke Jordan chiming in. South Hockey Network doing God's work. Thanks, fellas. Much better than Live Barn, huh? Face off, won by the Dukes. Power play is over, but here's a shot. It's blocked by Pasquesi. He gets it out. Valenti goes back for Pasquesi. Stays on side awkwardly as he shovels this one down to the near side corner. Back up top, Savage with a shot. Didn't get a lot on it. Here's a tip by Eggers, and then he tried to follow up, but unable to beat Levi Brown. Now off the boards and out. Here comes Michael Barton. Could not get around Maricini, who played great defensively there. Jake Maricini over the line. Right wing side, fires a shot, and that's stopped. Pasquesi then hits a man into the end boards, and the Dukes are able to clear this one out. Looks like we may have lost the right goalie cam as they battle for the puck. Near side corner, and it's back, don't worry. Thought we ran out of battery for a moment. Brown over to the far side, Sanfilippo. 6.5 to go here in regulation time. O'Leary, neutral ice, will fire this one down. And here is Rancourt, bringing it up. Runs into a man, that was Keaton Nix. He opened the scoring earlier in the second period. Berrettini, now Brown ahead. Sanfilippo into the zone. He takes a hit from Rancourt into the Scouts bench, and it's sent back down below the line once again. It was at this moment in the game, Glenbrook South took a 1-0 lead to eventually win 2-0 with an empty net goal. We're still tied though, here between the Scouts and Dukes. Here's Sanfilippo, backhand shot, no look shot. Stopped by Marsh. Now back up high, here's a shot from the point by Shorter, that gets blocked. And Lake Forest will bring it out. Strothman, nice move. Grady Strothman, 1-on-5, gets around another, takes a shot, and that goes up and into the netting. Would that have been something special? Grady Strothman already with a goal in this one. I mean, look at this effort. Great chance created. We'll see if, I don't know if he just whiffed on the shot and sent it high, or if there was a York stick that got in the way. Oh yeah, definitely. Keaton Nix. That's the goal cam hard at work. So take a look at some of the York fans in attendance here in Rosemont. Out of all the SHL teams, here in the SHL playoffs anyway, this neutral site probably the most beneficial to York, who's not far from here. And it's out, Anaya. In the zone Shorter. Now Nate Robbins, picked off by Jimmy Spano. Final 5 minutes of play here in Rosemont. Still 2-2. The same score as it's been since 3 minutes to go in the second period. In fact, all 4 goals have come in the second. Here's a shot by Esplin, wouldn't go. Follow-up chance, stopped by Brown, and cleared out of the zone by York off a deflection. This will not be an icing. Excuse me, it is. Ben Stein says, no way. I mean, that certainly looked to take a deflection. I'm pretty sure it was, we just didn't clip it in time. I could have sworn that was off a York player, and you can see that's the point Ben Stein is trying to make Evan Polakidis, hands in his face. Oh, if only we knew what that conversation was. I tell you what, I love watching that duo coach a hockey game, Evan Polakidis and Ben Stein. I mean, yeah, they're frustrated. It's a shot by Papadopoulos. Pardon, yeah, no, Papadopoulos. But I know they're frustrated, but it is just pure entertainment. Getting into that next goal wins territory here. The Scouts ice this one down, nearly kept in the zone by York. Shots on goal listed in the book as 28-17. Gerard, yeah. Doesn't really agree with that. I'm right there with you, Gerard. As the faceoff is won by York, here's a shot by Campesano, wouldn't go. And kept in the zone by Piriotti. He keeps it in again, sends it down to Passion. Jack Passion, left circle, goes back up top. Here's a shot by Passion. Another Passion. That one wouldn't go. Now giving up, here's Nix, but nicked out of the zone, and Piriotti will have to just dump it right back in. 3.5 to go in the third period. Looming closer and closer to our first OT situation of the SHL playoffs here in 2026. Nelson goes to Berrettini, sends this one to the near side corner. Piriotti will grab it. Taken away, Nate Robbins. Robbins with the first goal for Lake Forest here in this one. Catalano. It's a man up into the boards. Sends it down low for Robbins. Piriotti will get it first. Can't clear it out of the zone. Anaya keeps it in. Daniel Anaya lets a shot fly from distance, and that goes wide. And finally covered up by Levi Brown. Who will snap first? Crack first, really. In this chess match of a game, all 4 goals in period number 2. Keaton Nix and William Brown for the Dukes. Nate Robbins and Grady Strothman for the Scouts. This one sent towards the net, it goes wide. And all the way down, Rancourt will get to it. And giving up, here's York right in front, a couple whacks. Hayes trying to get in there, and Logan Marsh holds his ground and keeps it out. SHL goaltender of the year stuff right here. Dying moments of the game. You talked about a clutch save. I'll tell you what, if you're in a wreck and need a check, don't know who to call, just look at the scoreboard. 2-2, 2:22 to go. Gerard, if only it was the second period, then it would be perfect. Offensive zone faceoff for the Dukes. Taken by Lake Forest. Maricini goes over to the far side. Altonen through neutral ice. He's knocked off the puck by Sanfilippo. Now Pasquazi in the air. Shorter gloves it down, looks to clear. They do get it out. Maricini. That's a Savage. Right back in by the Dukes. Here is Savage. Leading the charge into the zone, centered it for Valenti. It's taken back by York. Off the near boards and out to the neutral zone. Here is Hayes. To glove it down, now Shorter. Ahead, fired in by Brown. And that's held onto by Logan Marsh for another whistle. Tell you what, the SHL quarterfinals so far have undoubtedly delivered. All 3 games, including this one 4, have been great entertainment. Even that 5-2 win for Viator. Game was tied 2-2 going into the 3rd. Here's a shot from Fafinski, that one wide. Rebound, he tried to bank it in off Marsh, or maybe just score from that tough angle. Now Pretzi, puck loose, Catalano gets it out. Nate Robbins brings it up. 3-on-2 for Lake Forest if they hurry. Robbins leaves it, Catalano shoots it, and he scores! Finds the 5-hole of Levi Brown, and with 1:15 to go, Lake Forest in front 3-2. Save after save on both ends of the ice, and somehow this is the one. Michael Catalano. Finished the SHL regular season with 2 goals in his final 3 games. And that one perhaps the biggest of his hockey playing career. So now the tone changes. Levi Brown sprints to the bench. Don't forget York still has a timeout available as they'll try and tie this game up, 6 attackers out. Here's Strothman run into by Spano, now Berrettini. Try and backhand this one out to the neutral zone, he does. Pacenti now for the Dukes. Campasano near side, taking away Berrettini. Play this one out. Off the stick of Nix, and goes down to the far side. 37 seconds left. York will enter the zone. It's Jack Passion over the line, goes over to the far side. Here's a shot, and a great block made there by Luke Pasquesi. Now they battle for it, far side corner. Time keeps ticking away. Strothman comes up with it and is able to get it out to neutral ice. 15 to go, still plenty of time, look out! As that puck comes sizzling out into the stands, and I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that woman ducked, otherwise that's going right to the dome. Timeout for York with the looming face-off coming at center ice. You gotta think York was waiting to call that timeout, hoping that they would have an attacking zone face-off at a stoppage. But now they'll have to settle for a timeout here with 13 seconds to go. What a game here in Rosemont. Keaton Nix opened the scoring. Nate Robbins tied it. Brady Strothman took the lead for Lake Forest. William Brown tied it on the power play for York. And Michael Catalano, 1:15 to go here in the 3rd. Dylan Ward on the call, alongside our video producer and scoreboard operator, Gerard Boris. Hope you found us okay. This was a last-minute decision to broadcast this game. We did the GBS Loyola game right before, had all the equipment set up already, and you know, why not? These games deserve to be broadcasted. Boy, this one certainly delivered. It's not over yet. York will take this center ice face-off with the empty net and 6 attackers with 13.3 seconds. You really don't have much of a choice. This face-off could decide the game right here. Lake Forest wins this face-off, there just might not be enough time. Robbins against Hayes. Spano Catalano being pushed back by the official. York wins the face-off, but it goes all the way back down into their zone. This one sent all the way out. Barton, and it's taken by Esplin, who fires to the empty net, blocked by Pretzi, but that's all. Time runs out on the Dukes, and Lake Forest, with some late magic, 1:15 to go, Michael Catalano buries it. And the Scouts take a 1-0 lead in the SHL quarterfinal. What a game here at Rosemont Ice Arena. And Lake Forest has an opportunity tomorrow to win their first playoff series since coming into the SHL. As a matter of fact, I think that's Lake Forest's first SHL playoff victory since joining the league. I'm thinking back, they got swept by New Trier a couple of years ago. Maybe that was last year. Lost to Loyola, and then they didn't make the playoffs. So yeah, there you have it. First ever SHL playoff win since joining the league. This is their 4th season. What a gutsy effort, and Michael Catalano, the hero in Game 1. These two teams won't have to wait long to face each other again. Game 2 tomorrow night, right here in Rosemont at 7:30 p.m. So 20 minutes earlier of a start time than what we had today. You can find that one on SHL Network. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast here on the South Hockey Network. If you want more playoff action here on this channel, be sure to join us tomorrow at 7:20 p.m. as the Titans take on the Loyola Ramblers. That'll do it from us here at Rosemont Ice Arena. For Gerard Boris, our video producer, my name's Dylan Ward, saying one more time the final. Lake Forest 3, York 2. Take a 1-0 lead in the series. We'll see you next time on the South Hockey Network.